Now let's start today's China currents. The Dutch seizure of Chinese semiconductor from Nexperia has left European and American automakers scrambling. The timing coincided suspiciously closely with the US imposing new sanctions on Chinese firms. The issue dates to December 2024 when Nexperia's parent Wintech Technology was added to the US entity list. Initially unaffected, Nexperia faced expanded US export restrictions on September 29, 2025, and the following day, the Dutch Ministry of Economic Affairs froze Nexperia's assets, suspended its Chinese CEO, appointed independent foreign directors, and took control of 99% of the company's shares. In response, China's Ministry of Commerce on October 4th imposed export controls on Nexperia's Chinese subsidiary and subcontractors, banning the export of domestically made components. Given Nexperia's key role in the global EV supply chain, automakers felt the impact. Mercedes-Benz confirmed the short-term supply stability amid the standoff. Volvo, Volkswagen, and Nissan could face disruptions. On October 19th, Dutch Minister of Economic Affairs Vincent Karamanz announced plans to meet Chinese officials in the coming days to resolve the Nexperia impasse. At the same time, the US-China tariff talks. On October 25th to 26th, Chinese and US trade teams concluded a two-day consultation in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This marked the fifth round of US-China trade talks following Geneva, London, Stockholm, and Madrid. During more than a day of discussions, both sides focused on US Section 301 measures on China's shipbuilding industries, extending the pause on reciprocal tariffs, fentanyl tariffs and enforcement cooperation, agricultural trade, export controls, and more. The meeting takes place less than a week before the APEC summit in South Korea, with the consensus still out of reach. Though the US described the talks as very constructive, Chinese negotiator Li Chenggang said the US expressed a tough stance, while China firmly defended its interest. Renowned Chinese international relations scholar Jin Canrong inferred that Li's comments suggest that US likely made several aggressive demands and China held its ground. While some basic consensus was reached and progress made, disagreements on trade remain. Meanwhile, outside the trade table, tensions persist. On October 20th, Chinese national security authorities announced the case of US NSA intrusion into China's National Time Service Center. The China Internet Emergency Center released a detailed technical report outlining the attack. The cyber attack, spanning March 2022 to June 2024, exploited vulnerabilities in foreign-branded phones used by the center's staff to infiltrate internal networks, conducting monitoring, stealth operations, data theft, and attacks. The National Time Service Center, located in Xi'an, Shanxi Province, provides high-precision standard time for communications, finance, power, transportation, defense, and more. A network failure could disrupt communications, financial systems, power grids, transportation, and even space launches. Following the case's disclosure, Chinese netizens labeled it an act of war. Interestingly, the official report even praised the US, stating, NSA still demonstrate leading skills in operational methods, encrypted communications, and anti-detection evasion. Next, China's latest stance on Taiwan. Last week, the fourth plenary session of the 20th Central Committee concluded, spotlighting cross-strait reunification. Shortly after, China's top legislature declared October 25th the commemoration day of Taiwan's restoration, marking Taiwan's 1945 liberation from Japanese rule and honoring contributions from both sides during the anti-Japanese war. The day also reinforces Taiwan's legal status as part of China. Commentators highlight two words in the official statement: peace, signaling no immediate military action, and advance, emphasizing a gradual process. Looking to the future, China's reusable rocket. China's top commercial aerospace firm LandSpace recently completed final ground tests on its reusable Zhuque-3 rocket, bringing it close to launch. From October 18th to 20th, the rocket underwent propellant loading and static ignition tests ahead of a maiden flight that will attempt first-stage recovery. Elon Musk praised Zhuque-3 on X, noting it combines Starship features like stainless steel and Methalox with the Falcon 9 design, potentially outperforming Falcon 9, the only operational reusable rocket with 500-plus launches and a 99% success rate. Scheduled as early as November, Zhuque-3 aims for 20-plus reuses, deploying 18-plus tons per mission for satellite internet. As reuse matures, launch costs could drop to a third, Alongside Tianlong and Long March tests, 2025 may mark a turning point for China's reusable rockets. Finally, a medical breakthrough. Recently, doctors in northeast China helped a fully quadriplegic patient regain walking ability using a spinal cord interface, the world's first surgery to restore upper limb function via neural control. Mr. Liu, 36, suffered a life-threatening C3 vertebral fracture in a car accident last December, an injury often fatal before hospital arrival. Though he survived the surgery, he had no sensation below the neck and couldn't sit unaided. With family consent, Professor Wu Minfei of Jilin University Second Hospital led the world's first precise neural control spinal cord interface surgery for a quadriplegic patient. Implanted microelectrodes activated Liu's motor neurons, producing slight finger movement within 6 hours. Even without stimulation, his fingers and toes could contract, suggest neural regeneration. This marks the first global restoration of upper limb function in a high-level quadriplegic, proving the brain-to-hand pathway is functional. By early September, Liu could take supported steps. Next, Professor Wu aims to restore independence in daily tasks while developing voice control interfaces to enable full autonomy, the ultimate goal of the technology. And that's all for today. See you next time.